Namaskar. This is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. Let's talk about JP Morgan, reported to be the biggest bank in America, and the criminal, illegal, and dubious dealings of its Indian subsidiary with the Amrapali group of developers who used to be prominent bunch of builders based out of Noida, Delhi, with a lot of projects in that region. The facts are that the Amrapali developers had sold apartments to 42,000 home buyers and they did not deliver the residential units to them. It became a major scam, and the jilted, cheated home buyers very soon approached the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court started its hearings in October 2017, and in order to assist it, in order to come to the truth of the matter, it also appointed a firm of forensic auditors in order to investigate the murky affairs of Amrapali, in order to investigate its financial and business transactions and report what the findings are. The findings of the forensic audit have been extremely shocking. It is a case of collusion, not just between the promoters, auditors, and bankers, but also collusion with the local authorities, because of whom this kind of a large scam took place. The findings of the Supreme Court on the basis of this forensic audit report have been that there was a clear nexus of collusion, of cheating, which was there between the Amrapali companies and the Greater Noida Authority and the Noida authorities. These authorities had sold land to the Amrapali companies and they had not paid 5,500 crores to Noida authorities. In other words, the sales of lands had not been completed, monies were due to the government. These authorities not only did not insist on the payment of this money from Amrapali, but even let them sell apartments or sell plots of lands on those parcels of land which had been reportedly sold by the Noida authorities to the Amrapali group. The fact is, those titles to the lands had not been transferred, and despite that, even a mortgage on those lands which never belonged to the Amrapali group were created in favor of the banks. Thus, there was a very active collusion between the Greater Noida authorities and the Amrapali group, was the first finding of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court also said that while the banks gave huge monies to the Amrapali group, they did no monitoring, they did no supervision, and they let funds be diverted very merrily from all the bank accounts without objecting to what was obviously an illegal transaction. The Supreme Court also found that the auditors had been negligent grossly and they certified financial statements which were bogus. The court also said that there has been diversion of money running into hundreds of crores by the promoters of the Amrapali group. And that diversion was done by the most common formula which happens nowadays: shell companies, dummy companies, inflated accounts, inflated expenses, bogus expenses, sales proceeds being taken away, undervaluing properties, and diverting money into their personal accounts, into their personal companies, which very often had dummy directors and they were mere nominees or benamis for these promoters. Thus, hundreds of crores of rupees were siphoned away from the companies by the promoters of Amrapali, says the Supreme Court, and that money actually belonged to the flat owners, the flat buyers who had not been given their flats. The Supreme Court immediately cancelled the RERA registration of the Amrapali group, and in order to take care of the interests of these home buyers, it appointed NBCC, a Government of India construction company, to complete the unfinished projects. One of the points that had emerged from the forensic audit report was that Amrapali and JP Morgan had indulged in money laundering and FEMA violation on a large scale. And thus, in July 2019, the Supreme Court appointed the Enforcement Directorate to investigate this entire case of transactions between Amrapali and JP Morgan. The ED gave its findings and reports to the Supreme Court somewhere in December 2019 and January 2020, and the Supreme Court immediately said that JP Morgan had blatantly violated the FEMA regulations and the FDI regulations, and it let the Enforcement Directorate attach bank balances to the tune of 187 crores, saying that these have been proceeds of crime. the Supreme Court had actually also asked JP Morgan that it should deposit another 140 crores, which represents money siphoned away from the country, and that money, it says, belongs to the home buyers. What has been the story of JP Morgan and what have been the FEMA violations? It was somewhere in October 2010 that JP Morgan invested 100 crores of rupees in Amrapali group of companies. It did that by buying shares of these companies which had virtually no track record at a fabulous premium. It did that under a shareholders share purchase agreement, share subscription agreement. These agreements provided that the Amrapali promoters will buy back these shares worth 100 crores of rupees for a predetermined price of 140 crores as per the agreement. And it also provided that those companies in which JP Morgan had bought shares, those Amrapali companies, will have nominee directors of JP Morgan appointed who would be in complete control of the affairs, the funds, the finances and transactions of those companies. Thus, in other words, apart from lending money, JP Morgan also was in charge of the management of those Amrapali group of companies. The Enforcement Directorate says that these employees of JP Morgan, who were the directors of these Amrapali group of companies, they were in complete control of the affairs of those entities. They took all the major decisions. They had the veto power. All the funds of those companies were under their control. They supervised the setting up of shell entities. They got those bogus valuation reports, pursuant to which those shares of 100 crores were bought back by shell dummy entities of the Amrapali group for 140 crores, all in violation of the law of the land. FEMA was violated, Companies Act was violated. What are the violations of FEMA that JP Morgan committed? The first one, FEMA does not permit any foreign investment coming into the country with a condition that they will be bought back for a fixed predetermined price. That was the first violation it did. The second it did, in order to justify these, was to obtain bogus valuation reports trying to justify inflated prices of companies which had no track record and virtually no turnover. Thus, Morgan invested money illegally. It also took back the money out of India in an illegal manner. Both sides of the coin were illegal. Thereafter, JP Morgan also gave a loan of 60 crores in foreign currency to Amrapali without obtaining the permission of the Reserve Bank, which is mandatory. It thus further violated FEMA. These were the blatant violations of FEMA committed by JP Morgan as reported by the ED. Interestingly, the ED says that a top executive of JP Morgan has said that he was aware of these transactions. He was aware that money was diverted by Amrapali through these transactions and that the valuations were bogus, the transactions violated the law of the land, and the entire scheme was done in order to siphon away home buyers' money by the promoters of Amrapali. JP Morgan says in its defense that JP Morgan India is not the culprit. These were transactions which were conducted by JP Morgan Singapore and JP Morgan Mauritius, and India has nothing to do with it. We are actually not surprised by these kind of frivolous arguments by JP Morgan, but the point to note here is that those executives of JP Morgan who were appointed on the board of the Amrapali group of companies and who supervised this entire bunch of illegal transactions were employees of JP India and not JP Mauritius or JP Singapore. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे होते हैं जो हमसे प्यार दुलार की आस करते हैं।
हमारा भी जीवन साथी है जिसको हमारे ड्यूटी से घर आने का इंतजार होता है।
हमारे घर में भी एक बूढ़ी माँ है जिनके लिए आज भी हम ही आंखों के तारे हैं।
लेकिन हम हमारे घरों में नहीं हैं। आपकी सुरक्षा में कोई कसर न रहे, इसलिए हम अपने प्रियजनों से दूर हैं।
हम में से ही कुछ तो अब इतने दूर जा चुके हैं कि वो वापस अपने घरों को लौट भी नहीं पाएंगे।
हमें गर्व है कि हमारे कंधों पे मुंबई शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा की जिम्मेदारी है। हमारे जज्बे और बलिदान को व्यर्थ न जाने दे। इस संकट के समय में आप घर पे रहे, सुरक्षित रहे।
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it, and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.